I am so glad that you joined me for this segment of my YouTube channel. Now today I'm going to continue on talking about the benefits of premarital counseling. With all the problems that we are seeing in our relationships today, premarital counseling can really be beneficial for couples. The thing is, the truth of the matter is that every relationship goes through moments of conflict, because we are two different people who think differently, who respond and react to life in different ways. And so there is need for us to, first of all, understand that about ourselves, but also learn how to navigate these differences, because you will never find somebody who is exactly like you are. And so conflict in marriage is normal, and it will happen because you are two independent people. And the thing now to be working on is not how to change the other person. It's how to navigate through these differences that you have, because each one of us is attracted to another person because of their strengths. And sometimes those strengths, when you get into marriage, can become actually the points of pain in your own marriage. So what are the benefits of having premarital counseling? The benefits of having premarital counseling include being able to acquire the tools and the abilities to deal with issues. When you have a conflict, when you are not agreeing on something, or when you are triggered to be angry with your spouse, how do you communicate your anger? How do you communicate the feelings of those negative feelings with your spouse in a way they are going to hear you, so that you can be able to resolve that? It is important to have those skills. And one of the things about dealing with conflict is active listening. Active listening is not where I'm listening to you so that I can formulate the way that I am going to defend myself. No, active listening is when I am seeking to understand you, to understand where are you coming from, and what is this complaint that you have. And so we want to make sure that we are learning how to do that, so that we are not always fighting with one another. When we get to dealing with issues, dealing with conflict in a marriage, the other thing that we need to have ability to do is to go into problem solving rather than focusing on the person. So your wife has said that she doesn't like the fact that when you remove your socks, you throw them all over the place. The way that she communicates that to you, it's supposed to be in a way that you hear her, and you will not. Normally, we are not socialized to be able to talk that way. We normally say, "Sasa wewe ni nini unaniambia?" But we want to say, when you remove your socks and throw them all over the place, I feel you are disrespecting our house. You are not keeping it clean, because you, as the housekeeper, you are expecting that the house is going to be clean, and he likes the house to be clean. But if he is not working with you, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be angry. But the way we communicate that is very important, because sometimes we will go on and we are going to say, wewe sasa mama yako hakukufundisha, and immediately we begin to fight, and we start fighting about that sentence rather than dealing with the issue at hand. And so problem solving is very important in dealing with conflict in marriage, and you will not know that unless you go for training. When I was in the corporate world, we used to have staff development classes, and one of the things I remember very well we were taught is how to solve problems, the problem solving model, and also decision making within the workplace. We need those kinds of skills within a family. And so that is one of the skills that we train you in premarital counseling. The other thing, we train you on how to develop goals and future plans for your family. A lot of times we have the guy who married, he's the one who has the vision, he's the one who has the plans. He doesn't even involve his spouse, who is his helper, so that they can reach there. And so we want to help you develop partnership within your relationship. The other thing that we want you to develop is what we call companionship. It is not enough to just know that we are here together in the house, but how do you develop that oneness? How do you work on your companionship so that your relationship is every day thriving and becoming what you want it to be? And then the last thing that we do in premarital counseling is that we also teach you how to take care of yourself. Self-discovery, self-care is very important. We are all living in a very stressful environment these days, and so there is a need that you are dealing with your stress so that you are not bringing that stress into the marriage and creating this negative environment at home. So we want to teach you how to also take care of yourself so that you can be able to preserve and protect your relationship. So those are some of the things that we train you in premarital counseling, and as you can tell, every one of us would need to have a forum to talk about that. So thank you so much for being with us. We will see you next time when we continue to talk about the importance of premarital counseling.